What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be doing the Holley Terminator X on the Drift Mustang. I'm limited on space, so the roof of the Mustang is going to be my table for today. First thing, I got to get some coffee. I don't want to be digging into this thing with no energy, so let's go ahead and grab some Starbies and get to it. She's still cold, boys, but gotta make this quick, so let's go ahead. Ah, great. Got that tornado warning. Just a test. Hopefully the exhaust just covers for it. She doesn't like being driven cold. Come on, man. Let's get some ramp action. Coffee acquired. I just remembered that I need to go to Advanced to grab some vacuum hose for the map sensor and Holley, and probably gonna need some wiring, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop at Advanced real quick. Just right around the corner, baby. Alright, got everything I need. Hose, wire. We're good to go. Cool, baby. Traction off, because yes, it spins all four wheels. Alright, let's go home and get this shit done. Alright guys, so I've got everything laid out here. My instructions: main harness, power harness, injector harness, distributor, TFI. Don't know what these two guys are for. Got your intake air temp sensor, water temp sensor, wideband, the ECU itself, handheld. I've got to go in here and drain the coolant real quick so I can take the intake plenum off. To find the fuel pump relay because I'm gonna use the Holley Terminator X to trigger the fuel relay instead of running the fuel relay that's in the Holley, just so it's not drawing too many amps, because I do have an aftermarket fuel pump in this thing. So some things are going to be a little bit easier because this thing is good. Some things are going to be a little bit harder because they've been modified and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this and start a time lapse, because otherwise this would be a 2-hour video. So Alright, so a couple hours later, drained the coolant, started pulling on some of these wires to find the fuel pump relay. Everything is just a little bit different on this thing. It's been modified, so I kept pulling and all that. The only thing I found is the safety fuel pump relay in the trunk that cuts off the power to the fuel pump when you get into some type of collision. So at this point, I think I'm just gonna start unplugging everything. I'm just sick of pulling on wire, and it's a pain over here. You got the intrusive parts for the cage. It's not a fun time trying to crawl in there and pull on wires and everything. So yeah, I'm just gonna take the stock ECU off, unplug the O2 sensors, and just start pulling all this shit off. And yeah, I'm just at a point where I'm sick of trying to figure out how everything was done on this thing, since, you know, some of the wiring's been modified. I'm gonna keep the switches and everything on for the fans and all that, the oil cooler fan and the radiator fan and all that, so I'm just gonna keep that. And just at this point, I am going to take the old harnesses off, take all the wiring off, and I am going to run the Holley and just start figuring things as I go. If I need power somewhere, I'll just, you know, either put a switch to it or find a relay and switch to that. And I think that's what I'm going to do for the fuel pump, or I might just run straight to that relay back there. But yeah, I'm sure once I start pulling on things and taking them off, I'll probably be able to see things a little bit easier. So alright guys, so I got the main harness off. I think I'm gonna end this part here. It's gonna have to be a two-parter. I thought I was gonna be able to get it in one part, 1 day or 2 days, but I decided to completely gut this car of all the wiring and just kind of wire everything all over from scratch. I think it'll just be a lot cleaner overall, and probably will be a lot less time trying to figure out how the stock slash modified one is. So here is the wire harness, the main harness. Got it all off. This stuff is all gonna stay here. This is all for the fans and stuff like that, so I'll just clean it up, keep it there. Headlights, all that stuff. I'm gonna make sure I take the old harness and just rewire it with the switches and relays. It's just gonna be a lot cleaner. So yeah, and also will be a little bit of weight savings. There's a ton of wires down here. I don't know if you can see. I'm just gonna take all that off and just redo all this. So let me show you the ECU real quick. I am so glad that I'm doing this because I took that stock ECU off, and let me show you here real quick. Check this out. It's just opened up, and all the circuit boards and all that stuff is just exposed. I mean, it was just a matter of time before this thing just takes a complete shit. So I'm glad I'm doing this. It's gonna be a little bit more time consuming, probably 2-3 videos, but I think overall it'll be worth it. Just less headache. If I need to troubleshoot something, it'll be a lot less wires. So in the long run, this will save me a lot of time, and it'll look a lot better. So it'll be worth it. We'll get this thing running pretty good, hopefully within the next couple of days here, and set up a dyno day, get it tuned up, and be ready here in the next couple weeks. So I'm gonna start gutting the rest of it and start laying out the Holley and then just as I go, whatever I need as switches, relays, and I'll just build it out. So I've got a lot of relays from the old harness that I'm gonna use. If I need to get new ones, I'll get new ones. But yeah, I've got enough switches and gauges and all that stuff to be able to get this cleaned up, and I have to spend, it won't cost that much money anyways, so just time. So yeah, I'll either start filming the next part today if I get to start laying out, because I'm not filming gutting the rest of this. Is just, it's gonna get crazy. So once I start laying out the Holley, I will start filming that next part. So I'll see you in the next video. You guys have a good one.